Good afternoon, this is Evan with Build Brothers Roofing and Solar doing a digital inspection for a home out here in El Cajon. And we always start these digital inspections under the eaves. So you have your fascia board, your rafter tails, and then your shiplap here, your starter board. And so we always start these inspections under the eaves to get a general condition of the wood. And as you can see, all the wood under the eaves looks to be in good condition. I don't see any signs of heavy deterioration from termites, wood rot, or dry rot. Everything is looking good. They also were freshly painted a year ago. And so I am on top of a clay tile roof, and this home was built in 1980. The roof was redone in 2003, which makes this roof 23 years of age. And so there are also solar panels installed. There's roughly 30 on this home, and they were installed 10 to 15 years ago. And so by the look of them, you can see that old style of panel, and then they were installed through the tile, but with a flashing. So not straight through the tile itself. That flashing is supposed to protect it, but what is super common with concrete tile roofs and clay tile roofs is that solar installations from 10 to 15 years ago were installed with a method that is quite outdated because of how invasive the penetrations are. And so what is happening with this home is you're having a few different leaks on this main roof plane right under the solar, and a few other roof leaks into the bedroom where there is also additional solar panels installed. And so the first thing that I want to do when I get onto a clay tile roof or concrete tile roof is just get a depiction and a general condition of the underlayment. And so since I'm on clay tile, I want to be extra careful, but I was able to pull gently this tile to see what kind of condition this underlayment is. And I just wanted to show an example. So this is an example of felt paper underlayment that is over 20 years old. So as you can see, the color is completely worn out. Fresh underlayment is dark, it's gritty, and it's very tough. This underlayment here is none of those things. So it's very worn out, that color is gone out, it's super soft, and it's also very brittle. And you can see that debris has been able to just build up. And so when you have the underlayment reach a condition of this state, and you combine that with a solar installation with a method that was done 10 to 15 years ago, unfortunately that is a recipe for leaks to happen inside the home here. Okay, and so on my way up, I was actually able to find a slip tile that I gently pulled down to see the condition of the underlayment. You can just see how worn out the material has become, all that debris building up. Again, the color is worn out. It's very soft and brittle. I'm not gonna, tear off or pull anything apart, but I just want to show what it looks like underneath the tile here. You can also see water staining. So the water is already getting underneath the tile here and staining underneath. And so again, when you have an underlayment this weak, combining that with a solar installation from over 10 years ago, leaks are bound to happen. It's super common. Okay, then another thing I want to illustrate is you do have the original mortar caps and the original mortar coverings under the ridge here from that 2003 installation of this roof. And then you also have the original mortar caps on the penetrations there. So I am already seeing some cracks in them, which is normal when a roof is over 20 years old. So I definitely recommend those get resealed up as well. And so the question for this roof is really, we definitely want to replace the underlayment at the solar sections because it's obviously failing with the amount of water intrusions inside the home. But the question is, do we want to also replace the rest of the roof where solar is not installed? And so what I want to do is get another sample of underlayment on the section where there was not solar installed to see what kind of condition it is in, and determine if I recommend to get the full thing done or if the homeowner can save some cost and just replace the planes with solar installation on. Alrighty, and now that I'm on a section without solar, I was able to find one tile that was broken, and so I was able to just gently pull it down to see the condition of the underlayment on this side. And so you're seeing the same qualities as the underlayment on this plane. But you have that worn out color. Again, it's super soft. This material is really brittle, and it is definitely on the last leg of its life. And so in my professional recommendation, because of the underlayment is in this state and the home is already experiencing multiple water intrusions into the home, I am going to recommend a full roof replacement project for the entire home. So what we'll be doing is a clay and tile lift and reset. So what we're going to do when we come out is we are going to stack the tile on the ridge, lift it all up and stack it on the ridge, and then we're going to tear off the underlayment all the way down to the wood decking. Once we get down to the wood decking, we'll be addressing any of the wood that needs to be replaced, identifying any wood that's been significantly compromised by wood rot, dry rot, or termites. Wood repair is always an unknown variable. We will not know the exact amount to be replaced until we get down to that wood decking, that base layer. After we do that, then we will be installing 2 layers of fresh felt paper underlayment over the top. We can do an upgraded underlayment if desired. After we do that, then we will be installing and stacking the tile back over the top. The tile here is in really good shape, so that's why I am going to recommend a lift and reset. We'll be resealing all the penetrations, installing new flashings as necessary. And then for this project, before we start the roof, we'll be removing the solar, and then after the roof is complete, we'll be reinstalling the solar with upgraded and updated iron ridge racking. And a note on the solar is what we want to do is we do not want to install the solar back over the clay tile. So what I recommend is our picture frame method, where we install composite shingle in the areas where the solar will go, installing the solar over the top of that shingle layer, and then installing the clay tile around it. It makes for a much safer installation, it's less invasive, and it also looks a lot better for aesthetics. Homeowners have been super happy with that, so that's what we always lead with. And also, clay tile is very brittle and we want to protect it and break as little as possible. The roof will come with new bird stop and a brand new 2-inch drip edge around the entire perimeter. And after we replace this roof, it'll be in fantastic shape for the foreseeable future. Those leaks will be eliminated and the homeowners will have peace of mind for the future.